How you guys doing?
Yeah.
How y'all doing
How?
out here? So how's everybody doing? Yeah.
Good.
What did
You
you
know,
want to talk
Jennifer,
about today?
I was thinking, since Jen and I both went through death last week, so we had death in the family, and that's one reason why we didn't go live on Friday. But I thought maybe we can talk about what death and tragic does to the hair.
Oh, that's a good topic. Real good topic. For sure. Well, let's first and foremost, my condolences to your family.
Yeah,
Um,
and same to you.
I appreciate that. And for those that are going through loss or are still grieving after the whole
Yes,
process, my condolences to you all. It definitely is considered a trauma
yes.
emotionally, but we don't realize physically that it will start attacking your body. And it's not only just
Mhm.
we are here to talk about hair,
Yeah.
but if you're not well or you have other ailments, you lose a close friend or family member, things start to not work right because of stress, right? Stress,
Mhm.
we're worried. The cortisol in our bodies, stress is a number one factor for death. It is also a number one factor for hair loss, and we don't really talk about that. So, definitely a good topic to
Yeah.
talk about, and how we don't always be prepared when we should take time to prepare, especially brown people. We tend to don't let's not talk about it until it's time to talk about it, and then it's too late to talk about it, right?
Yeah.
That's why also with Patricia, she's a health insurance and life agent that also helps those that don't have to make the proper preparations
Yeah.
for what may happen, right? That's why we get life insurance for
Yeah.
what is going to happen. But we tend to avoid it because we live in a fantasy world that, oh, I have time. It can happen to young people, old people, mid-aged people. It don't matter. Death seeks all ages, all races. Everyone will go through that process, but we have to be prepared. And so when we talk about our hair, pay attention to what's going on, because a lot of times we're not even paying attention because we're so deep into the grieving, we're depressed and things like that. And then maybe three to 6 months after the
Yes.
process, you're like, hold up, what happened to my hair? It's
Mhm.
it probably was going and you didn't even see it. So
Mhm.
that's considered a automatic response to the body.
Yes.
So can it stop? Absolutely. But if you have other ailments that has already created hair loss, it just makes it worse. So I'm going
Mhm.
to go over to Patricia because I mean I could go on and on, but those are just some things that I can put in my mind. Um,
Mhm.
what happens when you are dealing with death and grieving. So yeah.
So, quick story of one of my clients. She lost her dad,
Wow.
and she's stressed about it. So
Absolutely.
I think maybe 2 months later, it probably was like faster than that. She
Mm.
was like, "Pat, I got these
Mm.
patches like on, in like just in one area, but it was like a circle here and a circle there, and maybe a circle, like maybe three circles of hair loss here."
Right.
And I was telling her, she was like, "Oh, that never happened to me before." And I was explaining to her, I said, "Well, the death of your father, with you stressing over it, and you was grieving and going through it, it triggered um what is
What we
it,
would say,
alopecia areata,
which is an autoimmune
which
response,
is an
so not
auto, yeah,
based upon the stress and sorrow
yeah,
she.
her stress level." So I was explaining to her that will usually happen to people when they go through trauma.
Right.
And so I treated her for about 3 months,
Okay.
and the hair started filling in the circles.
Right.
and then it grew back.
Right.
Yeah. So I treated her with the system, the MAC system, and also gave her laser treatments.
Called our laser growth therapy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So,
Because with laser, you can
that
actually.
was but that was the first time I've ever seen it happen to a actual client. You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Cool.
but I talk about life insurance all the time to people. You you have people who just don't think it's important. But a lot of us not born with a silver spoon, and money is not sitting in a trust waiting to take care of those things.
Right.
So life insurance is something that you can start and pay for in case anything should happen. But you have to get it before it happens because you can't get it afterwards. So you have to take care of your health and your life before it happens.
For sure.
No.
Absolutely.
And then you already grieving and stressing over the death, but at least with life insurance, the money is there. So that's one part of the grieving that you won't have to worry about is the life insurance taking care of the burial and all of that. So yeah.
And also having a will
Oh,
and living trust.
will.
Most of us, again, I hate to say it, brown people, we don't even know what we want to tell our loved ones how to be buried. We don't know what you don't want, what you do want, what you're leaving to people. Oh, power of attorney. We don't even have anyone allocated to your accounts. We don't know who. And then when you don't do those things, guess who all of your stuff gets held up with and goes to
Probate.
most of the time? Probate, which goes to who? The state. Y'all want y'all
That's
stuff
the.
to go to. It's crazy. But
Mm-hmm.
I felt like we needed to talk about it because I still have some little things that I need to wrap. I have my life insurance. I have a living trust and things like that. But then as we start growing, as our business grows, as we grow, you have things that you might have said, oh, I forgot to allocate that in my trust. Oh, I forgot to keep power of attorney to someone that I trust that will make sure that this goes to who I said I needed it to go to, versus it's wrapped up with the state, and now you're like, I can't pay for the funeral because money's tied up. I can't take care of all the things that they left because I was speaking to a client. She basically said certain credit cards, when you're gone, you still got to pay the debt. It goes on and transfer to the daughter or the child. I'm like, golly, I think she said it was only one credit card that didn't charge. They wiped out the amount. I think it was Discover, but and that's proving that the person is no longer living. But I was like, wow. So all these things is to allow us to prepare. You got kids. You don't want your kids to be suffering. Why would you leave them to have to figure out something that you already intentionally have in your mind, but we're scared to talk about it?
Mm-hmm.
Inevitable. It's a 360 circle of life that you're going to be born, and at some point in life we get older and we're going to pass on, whether it's in a natural way or it's in a traumatic way. It's going to happen. So we wanted to talk about it. I'm glad you brought it up. I'm glad I'm in the state to be able. Good morning.
Good
I'm
morning.
glad I'm in the state that I can speak and not be in tears because um, it's definitely not easy, losing people that you love that's been supportive to you and allowing you to get through trying times or just go through happy times or celebrating. You can't pick up the phone and call that person anymore. So for me, I know for whoever is going through it, we have to give ourselves grace. We have to go to counseling. Nothing's wrong with counseling, y'all. We got to get and be okay with being okay and being not okay. Because if you're not okay, that's okay. You want to scream, you want to be happy, you want to be sad, that's okay. But we have to learn how to be able to be transparent with our emotions and feelings so that it doesn't bottle up and turn into an explosion that could be something detrimental to your life. So, yeah.
And another thing, guys, as far as beneficiaries, you want to make sure that you allocate the best person,
Yeah.
because remember, your beneficiary don't have to take care of your grave. They can take that money and run with it.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that that person is someone you trust and know that they will take care of your kids.
They'll do right by your wishes.
And they'll do right by your wishes,
Hmm.
and things will get done
Yeah.
as the beneficiary.
Exactly.
So, and then you have those older people, because my dad went through something where his brother didn't want nobody to have life insurance for him. And he's thinking, oh, no one is going to come up on me. And then when he passed away, they scraping all the sisters and brothers scraping to bury him. So
So sad.
it's so sad, guys. We have to break these generation curses,
Yeah.
and we have to, prepare, because it's gonna happen. So whoa, you remember we was taking the course where we learned how each generation learn,
Yeah.
and the baby boomers, they the baby boomers,
Gen
right?
Z, Gen X, millennials. Yeah.
Man, taking that course
Was
really taught me how to deal with the baby boomers, which is our parents and older, right?
absolutely.
So I was like, wow, that's exactly how they act, So,
No.
I mean, but based on what they went through,
Right.
you know, hurt people. And
Yeah.
that's just the way they was taught, So as
Yeah.
we have to do better.
Absolutely.
We have to educate.
Yeah.
We have to educate our parents, our kids. We have to educate our friends and family on why it's important to take care of your body, to take care of your hair, to even take care of your finances and your trusts and your insurance. We have to become adults and be responsible for taking care of our family members, So,
Exactly. Right. Those are
yeah.
really great points. So, what recommendations? I mean, for me, I always say journal, um, memo journal. Some people that are not like I just don't have time to write. On your phones, there's recording where you can record your memos and your thoughts, so that you can actually go back to see where you were to build where you are. Find a strong, if you believe, because I believe in faith, find a good home of faith, and know that that power is much greater than yourself. And when you have that faith and believing that, then there isn't what we say the devil or the speaking, the non-speaking that you shouldn't hear, that's telling you to come see me, and you're like, what? Come see me? And I don't want to go there on that topic, because that's a whole nother
Yeah.
conversation of like you don't want to live anymore. So you have to find something greater than yourself. Also, when it comes to your hair, we always say pictures are 1,000 words.
Yeah.
When you where you are, you snap where you were, you put them side by side, you can see exactly what is happening. So again, when you're grieving, people aren't thinking about that. I mean, listen, I'm barely sleeping, and that's being honest, y'all. I'm not really sleeping well, but I'm gonna get through it. Every day is a different day. I do acupuncture with my brother, meditation, just sitting still, giving my thoughts and prayers to God, because He is my strength. So Those are the things that work for me, and you got to kind of find things that's going to work for yourself. But those are just some key. And then exercising. Oh, I got back to working out. So I'm reducing my stress levels with working out and laughing and being around people that are going to bring my spirits up and not be in the Debbie Downer circle, because I can't be feeling down and talking to people that's already going down. That's not going to be helpful. So those are some tips from me. I'm sure Patricia might have some other points to add to what I just said, but those are just some things that I've been doing, and staying encouraged and being grateful to have a child. And for those that don't have a child, go help somebody that has a child, because boy, we need help. Moms that have ones, we need help too. So maybe go volunteer, go do things that's going to bring your spirit up, because just because you don't physically have something that someone else has, you could be a light to someone else. So that's what I wanted to share.
I'm gonna piggyback off of some of the things you said.
Sure.
Working out, walking, listening to hype, fun
Oh,
music.
yeah.
You have, like you said, friends and families that's gonna bring you up and not down. Um, Gardening, that always worked for me.
Dancing, that
Dancing,
works.
yeah, dancing. Um, finding a new hobby. There are so many things people are doing now. They're making candles, they're drawing, they're painting, they're doing all kinds of things to relieve stress.
Seeking therapy, speaking to a neutral person that won't judge you, and
Yeah,
just let it out.
therapy is
Therapy.
nothing wrong with going to therapy, guys.
Mm,
It's
so,
just someone listening to you who don't have a dog in the fight.
exactly.
So it works. And then there are groups,
Oh, right.
grieving groups.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So,
Great topic.
so
Glad you brought
if
it up.
if if you're going through um if you're grieving, please pay attention to your body, pay attention to your hair, because you may wonder what happened,
Right.
what's going on with my hair, and you don't know that it attacks the body and the hair. So
Exactly.
just pay attention to
The sign.
what's going on with you.
Exactly. Exactly. So we also have products that can support what you have with when it comes to hair loss. We have our rejuvenation shampoo. Is just a shampoo that's a simple process that over time helps to strengthen
Yeah.
and repair. If you're not I don't like to take nutrients, I can't swallow pill, you can just start out with the shampoo. You know, we also have stimulators, natural stimulators, just that you put on topically that will help to keep activating the growth and stimulation of the scalp. Our light growth therapy, you could come sit under our light growth therapy, and it'll allow you to have active energy to produce more hair growth in the hair. Now, with doing light growth therapy, you have to be consistent. You at least doing it
Yeah.
2 to 3 times out the week. It's like working a month.
Hmm.
You don't have time to come into our salon for those types of services. We also sell those caps. Those caps at home could be very beneficial. So
Yeah.
you can find us on www.h2growinc.com. We are on all platforms. We are also on YouTube. We are on Etsy. We are also on TikTok. So we do these conversations just to support each other mentally, being a support to others as well as ourselves. This is therapy for me. So when I'm talking about things that I'm going through, or even Patricia when she's going through stuff, this is our own form of therapy, speaking on it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're just a little afraid to be transparent because you don't want people to judge you or look at you for something that you're talking about. But for me, I'm living in a world, I guess, once we start getting older, when I would listen to my mom or people that say, girl, when you get this age, child, you're not even thinking about what you thought about in your 20s versus 30s, 40s, and 50s. So I realized there's a level of maturity. There's things that we're like, child, please, I'm not even, the end
Yeah.
is not even worth it. I'd rather walk away than create antics on something that you're not going to fight because it's just going to be a constant verbal battle. So, yeah, that's just what it is. So we appreciate the support. We appreciate everyone that joins us. And for those that don't, if you know someone, send them over because it only takes a few words of encouragement, a few words of support to give someone the inspiration to do better than they did yesterday. And even now in these times too, we all got things going on,
Yeah.
but it doesn't mean that we don't have to smile or we don't have to be thankful and grateful for life because health is wealth for me. Like, yes, I always strive financially to be the greatest in that department. But when you have that and then you have no health and you're not happy, that's for me not, important. So I just try to
Hey,
strive to,
baby. How are
I,
you?
I just try to stay positive. I
Yeah.
had a quick reel with Tabitha and she was talking about why don't you take a step back and realize all those the people that you see are smiling or they're positive or they're happy, they're going through something too.
Yeah.
Just know that you're not alone, and sometimes you don't realize we're still smiling, but check on us too. You
Yeah.
know, oh, they together. No, you feel me? So that's what
Yeah.
I want to share, Pat, because I was like, gosh, she's so right. We're strong. They look like they got it going on. Check on us too. We smiling because that's what's keeping the spirit going. That's what's gonna keep
Yeah.
doing what you need to do. So that's it.
And
You have to
and
add
just being kind to one another,
that.
guys. We have to learn to be kind
Be kind.
to
Absolutely.
one another. If you see someone on the street, it won't take nothing to
Good
say good
morning.
morning,
How you
how
doing?
you doing,
Yeah.
or just a nice
Yeah.
smile. You never know what that could do for a
Absolutely.
person. So and ask like your friends and family, like Jen said, they may be smiling, but they could be going through some things. So just take the time to say, how are you doing?
Or pick up the
And then
call a checkup on them and say,
yeah,
because sometimes
a wellness check.
a well check. Yes, absolutely.
Well check,
You
yeah.
have
Mm-hmm.
time to keep from crying. Oh,
Yes,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Deb. So is there any points you wanted to make? Because I start work at 10, so I have to get myself together for that.
Yeah, I know you covered everything about where to follow
Yeah,
H2 Grow. Um, you covered the products.
good. Girl, my brain is still functioning fine. Because some days I'm like, what? I don't even remember. I'm writing stuff down. I'm like, oh my Lord. But yeah, I'm
And I
glad
know that so people would know you and I do get together to meet for the products
we do.
for our business. So we have to meet one day next week for that. I just like for people to know we don't just wake up and not work.
Exactly.
We got to get back on schedule.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Awesome.
That's about it.
All right. Well, I'm wishing you all a wonderful day. Smile, be positive, and what do we always say, Pat?
Be patient.
Stay consistent.
Stay
All
consistent.
right. Have a wonderful.
I'll see you sometime soon. Tell
Exactly.
my friend Kendall I said hi.
I will. Aw, thank you. Y'all, ladies and gentlemen, have a wonderful day.
Have a
Bye
beautiful day. Take
bye.
care, Debbie.
Take care. Bye.